Right. Looks like I'm hanging out there. All right, and we're live. All right. And they have to represent what's going on, everybody here. And they say not too late, but they say I'm here now. They say a little late to hear me a really good dinner and everything. There's also another reason kind of late coming up is just shot a video with Christina there. They had about some obtain the Bubblina. It'll be up soon. So yeah, it'll be up soon, and you guys will see. It'll be another early release. There'll be a Patreon early release, and then of course eventually it'll be on YouTube along with the other videos I got. So yep. So that's then of course dinner. Yeah. So yep. So now I'm here and everything there. Yep, and so you got one person chat. Make sure in the chat. Make sure to put a like in the chat there. That way YouTube would know this stream about little sisters is going well now. Yeah, definitely give some likes, some thumbs up there, right above. I think that's right up here. That's where it's at though. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, for the stream and everything, yeah, little sisters Tiffany and Tikari. Yes, this is as y'all saw on the thumbnail, see the little picture there. Right, so right here, that would be Tiffany. Let's say, oh, okay, it was okay. Neurology, okay. All right, we're definitely glad to see you here, Case. There and yeah, if you get a chance, definitely yeah, definitely let me know a little bit more about that. Like on the in our Discord there, you get some when you get time and you're rested up and everything. Yeah, well, yeah, kind of know a little bit about it. That might some I would imagine there is, but I know it's probably. I'm pretty sure, especially dealing with the mind and stuff. That's probably going to be really helpful. Especially me and Christina's case. Yeah, that is probably. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know not here, but I mean like after the after stream tomorrow or something like that. Yeah, a little bit later. Just so yeah. So yeah, man, yeah, definitely give your boy a like there, your big, I mean your little bro a like. Yeah. See, technically, I'm the little bro. I'm in the middle of you and Tiffany here. Y'all on each side of me. I'm in the mid. I'm sort of like Lincoln Loud from the Loud House. There, he's sort of the middle child amongst all his sisters. He got oh dear God. I don't know how Lincoln's family. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know I don't know how that would be in real life. I guess it'd be like the Jacksons there. Link to the Loud House there. In the Loud House, in the Loud House. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel like something because actually, I know technically, case you and Tiffany, y'all are like my out of because I do have there's others that I actually do look at as sister like figures, sort of like how you have certain people in your life that not biologically your mom or dad, but you kind of look at them like that way, because of maybe how they treat you and everything. Not like another mom and dad. Well, in this case, yeah. So I do have others that I've seen that I do look at as like little sisters and also big sisters, but you and Tiffany are the closest to me, like close. Um, Only other there's one other that, but she had. Um, I'll just say okay. I'll say her friend Jamie. Yeah, she was kind of like another big sister there. She actually did say that too. Gaby, you like a little brother to me. Yeah, and technically, yeah, because she played a big role in getting me and Christina hooked up. Yeah, so she's part of the reason me and Christina are together there. Yeah, that do. Because I remember first Valentine I went up to first Valentine that I had at Southern University. When me and Christina had together first our first Valentine. Um, when when we were leaving, when I think when I was leaving to go back, home to go home. There, Jamie saw me and Christina walk out together. She said, "Hey, Christina, you gonna marry Gabe?" She was predicting the future. It was like, yeah, even ahead of me. 'Cause when I first met Christina, I was like, "Will you go out with? I just want you to go out with me." I had no idea of marriage or anything like that then. I was just trying to get a date back then. Yeah, I had no idea, but they say the Lord got a good sense of humor. I, I, I do appreciate that though, Lord. Yeah, yeah, got me a good wife and also a good laugh in the process. So yeah, yeah, yeah. The Lord is good. He's good, and he'll give you some good comedy with your blessing. So yeah, so yeah, that was but yeah, so yeah, and then like I said, there are others. Now, of course, I'm not going to name some of the others there because, like I say, you guys were pretty much the only close, you and Tiffany. And, I just went on and said Jamie because, yeah, she did, like I say, yeah, pretty much kind of fell into that category too. But yeah, I'm not gonna name some of the others, but yeah, there are some others that were sister like. Some of them that I'm working with right now on my job, kind of like that. So yeah, that's why I said I in a way I kind of feel like another like a parallel universe version of Lincoln Loud from the Loud House. Yeah, yeah. Except I'm not. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, so yeah, just get I guess we'll get on into it as the others come in there. Um, so let's see where to start. Oh yeah, so yeah, let's see the whole history of me with little sisters. Yeah, just yeah, focusing on the little sisters. Like I said, Tiff and Tikari, those two. Um, so So of course, obviously, so Tiffany obviously originally is, my little cousin, obviously. But we see if I can get more centered there. Yeah, yeah, should have done that before I started. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Oops, I messed up the illusion. You didn't see nothing over there or there. So that's a little better. So so yeah, Tiff obviously pretty much obviously Tiffany was around before Tikari came into play. Um Definitely, from grew up there much just like, with my other cousins, Trey and Jamal. They're the three, Trey, Jamal, and then Tiffany. Those are my three main cousins there. I'm so like Trey, like it's Trey's the oldest. I'm next to the oldest cousin. Then it's Jamal, and then Tiffany's the youngest. Yeah. Um, so all of us, we hung out, since they obviously, growing up. There's a I don't know if I don't know if you noticed. I think you did. I think you did. When we were here doing the Captain America review, picture of me and Tiffany on the refrigerator. Yeah, yeah, it was a little picture. That she was like, I think 2 years old in that picture, and I was like 5. think that was either before or after I got baptized there that picture was taken there. Yeah. So yeah. So that was that. Um. Then of course, you know, grew. You know, hung out. So, um, she be a lot of time. I remember me and especially like I said, Trey was more of the one to sort of keep everybody in line since he was the oldest. He kind of kept all of us in line there when the grown ups weren't around and try kind of tried to keep us out of trouble with like keep us from getting in trouble. Like y'all come down, Gray. Like, well, calm down, Gray. I'm coming. Come on now, come on, calm down. So and then there was there'll be like a civil rivalry between me and Jamal. Yeah, we kind of, I mean, we cool with each other, but you know how you got those siblings you butt heads with there. Uh, and it's a sort of like Doug Walker and his brother on Channel Awesome there. The civil rivalry movie reviews. So yeah, we had them and Tiffany where she kind of came in a lot of time, like okay, like if Trey wasn't there, a lot of times she'd be quick to run and get Granny if me and Jamal got into an argument or something. Granny, they arguing again. Like, and then Granny would come in, both was like, what? No, it's cool, Granny. We good, Granny. So, especially Jamal, yeah, nah, that's one thing. Especially looking back on, I don't care how much me and Jamal butted heads. One thing, yeah, that you definitely me and him and Trey and Tiffany. But like myself, Jamal, he definitely had a big respect for Granny. Yeah, I think they pretty much like myself there. Like they, not saying the others didn't, but yeah, I think me and him were the biggest ones that would like made sure, yeah, we were in good that yeah we weren't in trouble or that. Like, yeah, we good, Grandma. Love you, Grandma. Hey, Grandma. Yeah, so yeah, that happened a lot then. So now about just me. Okay, so now just about me and Tiffany there. Um, we I think most of like just me and her hanging out a lot. Really, because like I said, we have been yeah, like all through elementary stuff like that, especially with the other cousins. But times of just me and her directly, mostly were in middle school. And I think a lot of it started in seventh grade, from what I remember, because I know we did a lot of VHS videos together there. She would be liking to sing a lot there, and also do praise dancing there to some songs there, especially like I hit something on the keyboard and she would go dancing to it. That was kind of what she was into a lot, like singing and praise dancing there, or just dancing in general there. But yeah, she did that quite a bit. Um, and that's kind of, and like I say, a lot of what I'm about to mention with Tiffany is what's going to be going into Tikari's character for Yumeko for the first novel there. So yeah, so that's kind of what's going to be going in. One thing yeah, so we some of the VHSs we did. It was the Tiffany show. um, Basically, what I just mentioned that she did, she was singing a few. Um, yeah, just like me and Jamal. Yeah, me and her kind of butted some heads there. Kind yeah, kind of butted some heads because for one thing, I'll be honest. Like she would get on my nerves sometimes, but I think I got on her nerves more so there. Yeah, to be honest, I think I was more of not like I said, we still got along, but there was a lot of times that I got on her nerves there, like especially when it came to videoing, because I love being in front of the camera like I'm them now, and I remember I took away. I remember that she wanted to sing again, And it was like, okay, come on now, guys. Like, hey, what? Hey, let's tell some jokes now. Why did Garfield say to Odie last time? Like Gabe. Like, so, and then a lot of time I'd be goofing awful lot with the guy trying to, like, hey, you're upside down. Okay, you're right side up. So, yeah, yeah. So not sure. Like I say, there's probably going to be some of that between Hiko and Tikari in the series. Yeah, 'cause like I say, I definitely want to put more than just it's Hiko's little sister, or in this case for the Yumiko series, actually going to be his little cousin, just like Tiffany is. But over time, they'd be like, yeah, you're just like my little sister. So yeah, it'd be sort of like that, and like I said, so yeah, like that would be really to give more depth between Hiko and Takari there. More, yeah. So kind of create, kind of add more depth within the story. Um, so then of course, okay, so Tiffany show. Then of course, there was another VHS after that called "Hanging with Tiff on a Sunday," um, and with that, it was actually on a Sunday, right after we got out of church, and of course, singing, some dancing, and then you actually saw us, like in the kitchen, the kitchen like where we were at for the Captain America video. We were in there, my mom had made tacos, and I actually had I think no, I didn't. Oh wait, I didn't have brownie then. I had the Landago twins in there. I called them Landiego back then, but Landago going by the way I spelled it. Yeah, Landago twins, and also my talking parrot, and I think Garfield was in there. I think he was in there. Yeah, I think it was Garfield in there. Um, but I had them at the table with us, like they were eating with us, and it's a funny thing, had them set up, and we got ready to start. It's like now, like and we said grace and everything, and now with the lunch group, and Tiff started moving them. I was like, hey, wait, hey, Tiffany, stop, no, like and I was like, and then she said, why are they facing you? So they're eating their food. They don't got no food. It's like, they're eating invisible foods. Yeah, kind of a banter there, and yeah, it was pretty. It's kind of random there. In that video, it was pretty much just yeah, like I think it was a segment where I was reading the paper while we were eating and stuff, and it's a then I think I know we had dessert, which was ice cream. There was a actually we had Jellifer. Then we went and goofed around a little bit more, and Mom fixed us ice cream. We came back in the kitchen to eat the ice cream. Um, there was a point during the dinner where I actually like she like we were as we were eating. Um, I was that even though like if I was talking to stuff, I was actually ahead of her, and and then suddenly when I got to the Jello, she was almost done. I was like, how'd you get ahead of me? So while we were eating the ice cream, just uh, I said, have anything want to say for the lunch group? I'm so glad to be here in Aunt Diane's house. And and then she looked, and the reason why I was ahead of you is because you were talking. and and then and of course you're like, okay, we're kids back then, like, and you know how, in case you know how I kind of was back then, how kind of chopped to say, even though I'm in middle school, I was kind of child. I was still had that little childishness in me. It was like, I was like, I was talking to before, and my mom cut in like, hey, you didn't even let her, yeah, you didn't let her finish that. And I was trying to talk. My mom was like, what, like, no, be quiet, let Tiffany finish. And then I started screaming. Oh boy, it got crazy in that tape there. And it was like, oh, they, okay, now back to you, Dip. I ain't got nothing else to say now. Say, oh boy, if we was on a sick if my life was a sitcom, oh my goodness, that would be I don't know what they would call that, but that would be quite a sitcom there. Just that moment right there. It got really crazy there. It was like kind of like what Tiffany said at my when we looked at my 12th birthday video, and the magician was like was trying to get her do a magic trick with her, and she started crying. They're like, "What? Hey, why are you crying? No birds. No, there ain't gonna be no birds." Oh, you can have your seat back. Me and Tiff were looking back at that. I think I'm not sure. I know we were older when we look back at that VHS. Not sure how much older we had gotten, but Tiffany, I think it was. I think I was like. I think I had graduated from. I was like at somewhere between 18 to 20. So she was probably still in high school. Um, and she's like, She's like, oh my goodness. She was looking at how she was acting in the video. She's like, ooh, yeah. She's like, Gabe, I don't know what was wrong with me that day, Gabe. I just I don't even know. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it was, but that was really something there, and I can say it was more. So the another tape there. I think the next tape was Tiffany all washed up being just the reason I called it that it didn't was actually because my folks, my mom, my dad, my uncle, her dad, and my grandparents, all of them were over helping to put a we had gotten a new wash machine, and so while they were setting it up, me and Tiff we were playing in the living room as usual, with doing some songs and dances. Mostly was singing that particular video, and also and playing with the piano and stuff. Did both. We did the keyboard, then the piano. Yeah, yes it is. It's quite a bit. It's quite a bit to go through, Lee. Leading up to the Tiffany we all know now. So, um, yeah, but she was playing on the piano stuff like that, and singing. Well, actually, she had me playing on the piano because she was singing, and because of that, at some point during that video, there was a brief moment where her dad came in and decided to have it's almost like a commercial break, and now Tiffany and Gabe will return after these messages, and then her dad shows up with the mic. Oh, oh, it was always it was laughing. First, it was like like, Dad, oh, and I left. Hey, Tiffany. Oh, that's your YouTube name. Okay. Oh man. Okay, so we got Tiff and Case in here together there. Yeah, I'm glad you came there, cause man. Well, mostly just what was on, just me and you interacting, man. Yeah, because yeah, it's some interesting times there. Say, yes, it is. There, it was. Oh my goodness. Uh, yeah, and And of course, and like I say, this is also another reason why, like I say, some of Tiffany is gonna be in Tikari, just like how EJ is in Star Striker. Big, yeah, because to get, because like I say, there's gonna be a moment at first where they pretty much be like how we were growing up. After that performance, and my childish mind was so unaware of it, or probably I was, but I probably did not really gear attention into it like I really should have. I mean, it wasn't completely my fault, but I still should have noticed. Um, there was one point when we were back to playing together. My mom heard me on the piano, and she's like, yo, I think she was like telling Granny them like, yeah, Gabe can play Arthur and Charlie Brown. Gabe, play the Charlie Brown theme for your grandma now. So I was like, okay, do 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 do. And then I was like, hey, and I can also play Arthur. and so like I was Tiff was like, okay, look, okay, can we get back to what we were doing now? So she tried to, do a little tune, and then the dad was like, Tiffany. Uh-oh. Yeah, I was yeah, this was the indication of Gabriel, you're in trouble now. So hearing you, yeah, and that's it. Yeah, it was like she didn't. It was like I don't want to talk to you now. Mm-mm, mm-mm. It's almost like Hulk and like almost like Hulk and Thor Ragnarok when they got into an argument. It was like you tiny Avenger. Well, yeah. Well, Earth. Well, you know what, Hulk? Like, you're a stupid Avenger. And Hulk dropped that egg. Then Thor sat there. Okay, Hulk. Look, I'm sorry. You're not a stupid Avenger. Oh, I know. I just get so angry. So, yeah, it was kind of like that moment there. That moment there, but Woo! Except me and Tiffany didn't have to go out and try to fight an evil goddess of death or anything there. So at least we didn't have to deal with that there. Yeah, of course that is yeah, no. Yeah, it had that. Yeah, that was going on, and but, oh boy, it had that. And now, of course, and then there was a Christmas Christmas one. Did pretty good with that one. Basic, more singing and matter of fact, even had a little commercial, made our own commercial break and stuff like that. Yeah, it did pretty good with that. There it was more like an after Christmas special. Um, and I think the other one I remember is still sticking with seventh grade. Um, Come and go. This is what I labeled it. Come and go with Tiffany. I guess if I had been thinking, I would have said to a Diane's house. Technically, my mama, but ain't Diane to her. So, ooh, so that was okay there. No, pretty much. Say there was, of course, the one difference. I caught myself trying to do like a horror movie in the tape there, and yeah, I don't think Tiff was liking that idea. I don't think so. Yeah, that may have been a bad idea. Yeah, it didn't come out so well there, but it was a shot there. Um, so yeah, with and then I don't think we did. I don't think it was much of anything else. I think probably a few times, but I think kind of came back in ninth grade there because I don't recall us doing a lot of visits in eighth grade to be on video, but ninth grade I know because then I had that color camera. I definitely was that yeah it was, but as a kid not kiddies don't see that all the time there. That's see then you grow up and you look back at this and you're like uh there's there's like, okay, let me take a time machine and go back there, but then of course ruin the space time continuum. So, um, ninth grade, yeah, did the Gabriel and the Tiff. It was Tiffany and Gabriel Jones, or which was in color. Um, that was actually the first time after doing some performances and eating some dinner, which was chili, of course. Um, that we and speaking of dinner, since got people in here, put a one in the chat if y'all want to know what I is a which I mentioned in Discord, but those who weren't in the Discord, if y'all want to know what I had for dinner with Christina, put a one in the chat there. Yeah. So yeah, so there. Let's see. Oh yeah, this. Oh one. Okay, got one. So okay, one. So what I had for dinner with Christina made for me and her hamburger helper sloppy joes with some fries. There, pretty much it's like the cheeseburger hamburger helper. If you take that and then put it between some buns, which we had the all-purpose bagel buns, put it between that, just like a burger. And that's why we call it hamburger helper sloppy joes. It was really filling there because, of course, hamburger helper, makes up quite a bit there. So, yeah, it was so, and I had a few little Pringles on the side to sort of scoop up what was falling out the buns there. So, yeah, that was a very delicioso. Yeah. Say, what did y'all have? But dinner there. There's one that I told about mine. Man, what y'all had there? Kind of. I know he just be asking about dinner. Say, yeah. I think most of his viewers pretty much be wanting to be seeing his dinner. Yes, and very stuffed there. Yeah, like I say, of course. Yeah. Now a meal like that. Yeah, is if I eat a meal like that, that means I'm more than likely gonna be off the next day. So yeah, that's the because when I go to work, it's mostly in the morning there. Ah, cheese sticks and cinnamon stick. Okay, cheese. Yeah, they got some good cheese sticks. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, them cheese sticks are good. Pizza. And then they got and I remember you made me think of that commercial with the cinnamon sticks that dad when the pizza delivery guy came and said, "Hey, pizza's here," Um, and which I think it may have been Domino's, but still the cinnamon stick and the pizza the delivery guy said the cinnamon sticks were free. Then he said, "I could eat them all right in front of you, or they wouldn't be free." And when he got in the kitchen, his wife and his daughter was staring at him. Daughter looked over at the mother and said, "He's not allowed to get the door anymore." So I guess, yeah. Look at that. I think what they converted. I think that's probably going to be me in the future. When I come, I get the pizza. I eat up the cinnamon stick there, and they say my and they say my little kid probably gonna be a daughter. I would assume. Look over at Christina, and be like, "Daddy's not allowed to get the door anymore." Fix to eat some chicken taco. Okay, Taco Tuesday. Love that. That's what they talk about that in the Lego movie. Taco Tuesday. Oh yeah, that's good. I've had me some chicken tacos, and I've also had some ground turkey tacos. Yeah, basically been eating ground turkey. But I still eat beef. I still eat it. Only time I eat the beef is like if we go out somewhere like Burger King or just any place that's serving burgers, because mostly they're gonna serve beef burgers, the regular beef burgers. But at home, yeah, it's mostly ground turkey because it's really good. It don't have a whole lot of grease popping on you, like the way the beef does there. So it makes it a lot easier to cook there too, and still good there. And of course, there's ground chicken. It's a little different from ground turkey, but still good. Only other difference you get because they don't have like the big. I have not ever seen big packs of ground chicken like I do the ground turkey, but I've only seen small packs. But yeah, so a lot of time if I ever get ground chicken every now and then, I end up and we make burgers out of it. And we usually end up with three burgers. So yeah, yeah, another reason that me and Christina really want to get the kids there. Cause then yeah, we have chicken burgers. Then we have three people in the house to eat three burgers. So yeah, once they get of age, of course, So, yeah. So yeah, that's some good. But yeah, we've been doing some good eating now. um. So yeah, the Tiffany engagement that actually was also the first time that, and I know you probably remember, and I'm pretty sure both of y'all remember this, that we act that me and Tiff actually got on AOL together and also the phone to talk to Casey there. I'm like, yeah, but there was a brief moment where we had to wait for the phone, like the mom was on the phone for a while, and Tiff, I mean, she got not for too long. Wasn't it? Because like I say, wasn't like wasn't like like the whole okay, everybody got their attention on Gabe, but um, mostly because I had told her we was gonna play some games after we talked to Gabe, but um, then I think the message kind of I think maybe I don't think I did too good a job with the message delivery. And like I say, yeah, mom was on the phone too. So, but um, I think I'm not sure. I honestly was not sure how I was gonna. I'm not sure if I was trying to like talk the case at the same time with her and play the games. But yeah, eventually we did get to the games, and yeah, I did talk on the phone, but yeah, it did not go quite as I was planning it to go. Yeah, so but in some later videos, we actually got a better shot at it because you know how we had them cardless phones, landline, but we have cardless phones. We had this one phone here at the house. You did not need a three-way because this phone had such clear reception that I doubt hey, how you doing, Casey? Call Casey. Whatever was being said on that, didn't even have to put it on speakerphone. Both me and Tiffany could hear that was our three-way phone right there. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. The three of us talking that night, and of course me goofing off as usual. I remember I kept turning the light off there, and Tiff was like, "Raw!" I go, "Oh, okay, okay, raw." And Casey and Gabe's like, "What's going on?" I said, "Gabe, will keep turning that light off." And Gabe, stop turning the light off. Oh my goodness. Yeah, now that actually worked out a lot better and a lot more fun to have there. And I think it was also I think we was also trying to get Tiff into Yu-Gi-Oh at one point. Like I said, now I'm not saying that that you actually got to go get dual monster cards right now, Tiff. I'm not saying that, but yeah, I do. But I'm just saying that that I actually tried to do that one, obviously because I'm so into it. Uh, and yeah, I think Tiff kind of got the game a little bit. Because I think she tried to I put Case on the phone for a test duel there. Yeah, it. I'll put it this way, Tiffany. Let's just say you and Christina both have the same reaction to that there because I actually like I say not I mean Christina she likes the show Yu-Gi-Oh. She found it really interesting, like the story and everything, and like the character stuff. But trying to teach her how to play Duel Monsters, yeah, it didn't quite go over so well. Yeah, so yeah, let's just say, Tiffany, that's what you and Christina got that in common. Yeah, yeah, y'all didn't quite get it. Yeah, y'all was like, no, no, I don't, no, game, no. So yeah, like I said, but like it was, and it's like that can't as SpongeBob saying, well, we don't all have to like the same thing. So well, but like I say, that's what makes it a lot more interesting, having different interests and stuff. So, oh yeah, like I said, because if we all like the same thing, it'd be pretty boring. So, yeah, we all have to have something different there, though, and that's what makes TV shows and books so much more interesting because each character's different; they can bounce off each other. Yeah, different personalities there. Yeah, but yeah, I did try that. Yeah, it was and I definitely I do remember when I recorded the Like Mike and Shrek movies from your Tiff. Yeah, recorded those Like Mike and then Shrek. Yeah, yes, and I think that and other than like us going to the zoo and stuff like that, I think that was um the most of it there. Most of it there. Um, and like I said, I know had made some music videos. Made some music videos for Tiffany. That's on my first YouTube channel. Pretty sure some people have. Pretty sure some of y'all have seen them there. Um, yeah, that yeah, especially the one with "Angels Are Following" there that she made. I think you say you made that at your school to that song. The angels are following, angels follow me, you can't stop it. So almost kind of like had a little bit of an R&B and then kind of had like a little rap session in there a little bit there. Yeah, so but I think you say you made. I think there was a class you had at your school that you whipped that together and everything there. Um, but and then I know we I know I was at the wedding. I know you was the maid of honor along with little Anissa has the flower girl there. It was and it's saying no, you was in that there. That's okay, art. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew it had to be something with the school there. You said I couldn't remember exactly what it was, but I knew I knew it was involved at the school. Ooh, that's better. But so pretty much the most that I remember on Diff, and like I say, a lot of it's going into Tikari. With Tikari, how she started now. Going into Tikari. So Tikari actually did not start off as Tikari. Um, First started off as the ideal that I just wanted a little sister. So in the seventh grade, seventh grade when I was watching Digimon season two. Um, I actually imagined because I was also watching Arthur. The Every Day when you're walking down the street. I was watching that show, and I imagined my computer making a digital clone of DW. I guess out of the same data that the Digimon were made there. I guess there. I'm not completely sure the details of behind what I imagined there, but I'm just gonna assume the same data as the Digimon in that universe there was NDW, and of course, like the Digimon, physical form and everything. So for the long time, I that's throughout the whole seventh grade. Yeah, imagine like I got a digital clone of DW as my sister. Yeah. So there was that there, and probably I'll probably now I'm just gonna say that for now because there more about that with the Digimon thing. That'll be in another live stream, history of Digimon. So I'll save that for that stream in the future. Fast forward to eighth grade. Eighth grade. Now this is where Tikari first came into play, but her name was not Tikari yet. Her name was Ashley. Um, and and she actually, and I think I showed this in my, I actually showed this in my stream of my artwork and stuff. This picture right here, yeah, that was the first picture of Ashley, who would later become Tiana Johnson, and then in Japanese, Tikari, which the name Tikari stuck better. So yeah, and I actually got this. This is a copy, but I looked. There was a my mom had a bunch of like these cooking magazines, and there was a Bisquick ad. That's why I saw her picture. That's why she eating the biscuit because it was a Bisquick commercial. I mean, ad. I'm sorry. So I cut that out of the old. It was an old magazine. Hey, can I cut this picture out? Yeah. Sure, go ahead. So I cut this picture out, and I was like, This is my little sister Ashley." So, you almost thought. Well, I tell you, like I say, the character Tikari, yeah, we're gonna have you in Tikari character for the Yumeko Novel Series. But like I say, this is where she first started. At first, I didn't think of it like that, Tiffany. At first, it was just a little sister. I didn't, but over time, I said, well, I need to add more character to Tikari, so that's why, yeah, I started. Well, I just make her, like Tiffany there. So yeah, as I evolve with my story writing there. So yeah. Oh yeah. Does kind of look like you. I guess. Hmm. I think I misread your text there, Tiffany. Does kind of, yeah, a little bit there. Hmm. Yeah. Speaking of lookalikes, there. Um, let's see. Let me bring scroll that because the flower girl in me and Christina's wedding, which was also our nursery student, Lanisha. And matter of fact, she about to graduate this year from high school. So yeah, she about to be a little young adult there. But this show you should have it still in here. Picture that we took with her. Okay, I thought it was in here. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, this most recent picture that we took with little Nisha there, which of course, she had gotten. This was actually, I think, in 2022 when we went to see the Lion King movie. Yep. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I definitely remember that. But look closely at her and Christina. Uh, Christina kind of say that Nisha looked a little bit like her as a kid there. Yeah, almost. Yeah, that it's kind of interesting there. Sort of like one of my daycare students from Woodlawn, the Woodlawn Nursery, um, little Jonathan. He sort of was like a mini me because yeah, we kind of looked a little alike there. That was the one. He was the one out of the whole class. Him and also little Kelsey that were the most attached to me out of all the kids that got attached to me, but they were the ones that would run up to me the most there. Like John Duke, hey Gabe. It's like almost if you were to see that back then, you probably which I was still in high school, so you probably would think he was my little brother or something there. Yeah. He was a pretty good little kid though. Yeah, yeah, like I say, kind of a little mischief, but still a good kid there. Yeah. So so with Tikari, yeah. Um yeah, like I say, when started off with Ashley kind of wasn't really much I imagined with her back in eighth grade there. But it was when we got to the ninth grade. I know Casey remember this now. When we got to ninth grade and we started role playing Yu-Gi-Oh, she came back as Tiana in English dub, but Tikari as the Japanese version, which eventually we just started calling her Tikari more. Say Tikari Makuro. Yeah, she had to say Hiko's little sister that was also a young duelist, sort of like Rebecca. But I think she's even I think I think she was supposed to be like when we got to season 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh with the Battle City arc. Um, she was supposed to be I was obviously 14 in the series, like Yugi in the game, and Tikari's character was 5. So it was supposed to be that she was 9 years younger than I was. So yeah, 5-year-old in Kaigo's Battle City tournament. Let's do it. Yeah, and so the things for what the interest I came up with for Tikari was that she was a duelist and stuff, and she liked tea parties there. Really, I don't know if I'll put. I'm not sure if I'll put that. That Tiffany, were you like were you ever into tea parties? I know you was into dolls, like because you always wanted to play with my mom's paper dolls there. But were did you do tea parties growing up at any time there? I was like, that because that was just something I made up with Taikari, but like I say back, but she wasn't. But that was yeah, when I was just randomly putting stuff in little bit of stuff into her character, but yeah, um, but yeah, Tifa and like I say, kind of so yeah, made through the Yu-Gi-Oh series, and I think there was a brief. Now I know we probably won't be. I know obviously this. I know this won't happen in the Yumeko series because things are set up. Oh, not too much. Oh, okay. So I guess that might be one difference. I think probably yeah. So yeah, and actually yeah, I do because there's which I'll probably go more into depth on that in another video. But there is a episode. Not episode. There is a story involving Taikari and also one of the villains. Not saying Taikari is going to be a villain, but her between her and one of the ones working for the villain Ramon that actually would involve dolls, and it's actually an episode that's sort of inspired from remember the gym leader Sabrina from Pokemon, her as I called her the ghost doll. Um, well, that doll scared the living bejesus out of me. The doll in the show, she wanted to play with Ash, Misty, and Brock, and shrunk them down in her toy box to and was like and almost bowled a strike, as Brock say. Then the second encounter, she literally turned Brock and Misty into dolls. Now I'm gonna turn all of you into dolls. Ah! And that was a nightmare I had that doll, that she had mind controlled two of my buddies at church, my old church, New Bethlehem. She mind controlled them and had them coming after me. And when I was trapped, they had me cornered, and then she floated in front of them, facing me, and said, "Okay, Gabriel, now I'm going to unalive you." Ah! Woke up screaming. I was like, "Oh my goodness, that's even darker than the show." And and I remember I was telling Nisha and her sister about this, uh, and Nisha's like, "Gabe, what is it? What is it with?" No, I'll say it the way Nisha said it. "Gabe, what is it with you and stuff trying to unalive you in your dreams?" Like, okay, I don't. I wish to God I knew. No. Yeah, but so yeah, it's kind of inspired from that encounter there. Yeah, because there is a character I have played in there that would be someone that likes to play with dolls, and um sort of like to play with dolls a lot, and she's gonna encounter Tikari and be like, "Do you want to play with me, Tikari?" Yes. Oh boy. So yeah, with that. Oh yeah. So yeah, like I say, yeah, just pretty much throughout the Yu-Gi-Oh series, yeah, Tikari was a duelist. There was now, what would her origin be like in Yu-Gi-Oh? Uh, well, y'all prepare yourself. Let's go. This, I know this is gonna be quite a story here. I don't now. This ain't gonna this is not probably not gonna be a Yumiko, but at least you guys will know about it. There was a time when Case and I made what if there was a series before we met Yugi in the game, where our characters from Yu-Gi-Oh were like 9 years old. I think 9, and hers was like 10. And I think she was in it. She was the middle child between Seto Kaiba and Mokuba. Um, and this was before Seto and Mokuba ended up at the orphanage. And the odd thing about this, I and this was just a random, but their last name back then, before they became Kaibas, was Seto, Mokuba, and Julie Wong. Which, like I said, I didn't think about it back then, but like, wait a minute, why would their last name be Wong if they're Japanese? Wong is a Chinese name. So, yeah, that's a bit of inconsistency. Um, maybe they're part Chinese, part Japanese. Maybe it's like Henry's family from Digimon Tamers. Never know. Because I think his dad was, I think, Chinese, and his mom was Japanese. There, he sort of had a little mixed family going on there. So I mean, that could happen there. So anyway, um, my character Hiko was coming home. Uh, nine 9 year old walking down Lakeshore Drive, because in Shreveport, walking down Lakeshore with a pizza from Domino's, which raises a big question. Um, where in the world, what Domino's did he go to that he's well? Because I think I'm not sure. I'm assuming the house location was where I'm at now, or West. I honestly, I'm not sure where the house location is supposed to be, but yeah, what Domino's did he come from? If he walking down the West 70 and Joella intersection, and it's raining, and And as he's waiting for the light to change at the crosswalk, he hears some crying. And when he goes to where the crying is coming from, he looks up and there's a there's a baby dangling from the street light post, which apparently nobody else noticed this. So he sets the pieces down, pretty sure it's probably gonna get wet and everything. But apparently it doesn't because continuity, because logics. Um, he climbs up the telegram pole to get to the baby. Uh, just as he gets to the top, the ropes snap, so he quickly jumps off the pole to catch the baby girl. Uh, who let's see, I see he's 9, so yeah, she was like about to become one. And they somehow survived the fall because logics. Well, that's how gravity works. uh, so then they get somewhere dry for a moment, and like uh, Tikari, the bait, which he ends up naming Tikari. So yeah, she's hungry and she ends up eating the whole pizza because she's hungry. Uh, yeah, yeah, that's also another question: how a newborn baby, how or baby, even just a 1 year old would eat a whole pizza. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, so then the next day, this was kind of inspired from Digimon Tamers, but probably doesn't really sound right here. But Hiko had to go to school that day, and some some kind of way, Tikari had got into Hiko's backpack. Somehow Hiko doesn't notice that. Oh, my backpack's a little heavier. Uh, I it's like Gilma in the box, and they get to the school. He sets his backpack down. They're waiting for class, sort of like at my old school, South Howland. Yeah, we if we got there early, we had sometime we waited inside the school for the bell to ring, and but then a lot of time, like if it was sunny out, we be out on the basketball court waiting for the bell to ring to go to our classes. So um, so he set his backpack down for some reason. Uh, Apparently, Tikari doesn't get out at any point. And he talks with meets Julie for the first time. Then bell rings. They go to class. For some reason, Hiko has forgotten his backpack, which I could understand. Which yeah, that's also a head scratcher. Tikari starts walking around the school, still in the. Well, actually, she comes out of the backpack. Nobody sees this and crawls into a nearby box to reference Gilmon from Digimon Tamers. And suddenly, like she's gone around, the principal passes by. Good morning, cardboard buckle. Wait a second, student. What are you doing in the hallway? I in a box. What is your name? So pretty much goes through that scene like with Gilmon, except when she pulls the box off. It's a little baby Tikari. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how Tikari got out of there, but yeah, then Hiko went to find her, and yeah, it pretty much just went with that. And I think eventually, like when they were in the park and stuff, uh, I think the scientist that was responsible for putting her up on the telegram pole showed up and attacked her and Hiko. And I think this is some kind of way. I think he got the Millennium Watch at that point and did something. Because I guess sort of like what Yugi would do in the manga before they had dual monsters there, with the penalty games and stuff. But of course, I don't think I was very knowledgeable on the manga back then. So yeah, I was trying to make up something in the place of dual monsters. So yeah, the, so that was kind of Tikari's origin in Yu-Gi-Oh. Before Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, they probably yeah. I don't yeah. At least I got it out there now. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna because there's a lot of inconsistencies in that origin there. um, so then of course, like I say, I know I read the books on the channel and everything. Um, Tikari. Well, okay. One thing I when she first appeared in my books was a weird yet normal day from the Reality of Imagination series. That was in the same universe as Heroes of Dreams. And what I probably would do before I start reading the Heroes of Dream books in the live streams, I will probably read those two books first because they supposed to take place before Heroes of Dreams, the Reality Imagination series, the first two books, then Heroes of Dreams, and on like that. So that was actually her first appearance was in the second book of Reality Imagination, to boldly go beyond it all, which was kind of a space adventure. And yeah, what like I said, I called myself trying to put Tiffany in Tikari at that point from the beginning. I was supposed to see more of it in later books, but I never did get to make any more books of that series. Um, and so Brown Chronicles was actually, and that's now I did read those. I did go through those books in a video on the channel, Brown Chronicles 1 and 2, um, and also I think what it would have led to if I had kept writing. Um, Kind of got to see a little bit of Tiffany's personality in Tikari in that version. Kind of had that little sass to her and everything. That and everything, but wasn't too much because, like I say, the first it was also focused with the other characters too. Um, she was Tikari was kind of checking out Zayden, um, even though Zayden kept flirting with Julie. Hey, what's up, Juliet? I'm your Romeo. And Tikari's over here flirting with him. So yeah, you know how that is. I think nostalgia critic pointed that out. How we, us guys, I've probably done this too. Uh, just in general, probably like, hey, what's up, girl? And the girl I'm looking at ain't got no interest in me, but then there's a girl that has an interest in me, and I don't notice her. Like I said, it's a sad, it's kind of a sad truth, but it does happen there. Yeah, yeah, especially two particular girls that I had a crush on back when I was in the fourth grade that were both teenagers, and obviously neither of them were interested in me there, even though I kept chasing after them. Yeah, even hugged one of them by surprise. Like, hi. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, there was that. And now with Yumiko, we're actually with the Yumiko novel series. We're actually should I think this is really going to be this is really gonna die just like we have with the other characters so far. Tikari is really gonna be brought out in probably the best way that probably a really probably the best way of having a development between her and Hiko. Um, it's gonna start like I say it's actually gonna start in book number 4, right before um, Hiko is actually gonna like you're gonna start off Hiko and Naomi they're watching a movie together, and then Hiko's uncle Michael shows up by surprise because he has they called him into work, so he needs Hiko's mom to look after Tikari. Um, Tikari has actually was actually adopted by Hiko's uncle Michael, and she's been around for a few months. So So Hiko does know it's or she's not new to Hiko, but the but yeah, when she comes in, it's like when she comes into play, something's going to probably lead Hiko to telling her about Brownie. Of course, this is what's going to lead to where we get a more in depth story of Brownie when he first became a firefighter at the well, first went to the firefighter academy and had his first rescue mission, which of course is a callback to Brownie rescue mission on Uranus story that I submitted to the Disney writing contest. So Hiko is actually telling this to Taikar, and like I say, you get more of an in-depth explanation there, more so than what he explained to Samuel, which you probably could assume he told the same story to Samuel and Brian them off screen. But yeah, so we get him telling it to Tikari. Uh, there is kind of a funny moment where Tikari's the fact that Naomi's over there, uh, and this was actually inspired by my god cousin, by my little god cousin Kelsey. Um, she there was this one time at church, and she was little then, but she's grown. She's a grown woman now. Yeah, last time me and Christina saw her, she was grown up there. But back then, like she was like four, and I was 18. But I think it was like probably I was probably like 19 at that point. We came to my uncle's church, where she goes to, and she saw me with my granny, Big Papa, my mama, and Tiffany, um, and I guess she asked, she wanted to sit back there, so they handed it to me and sat her on my lap there. So she was quiet during the sermon and everything. My uncle's up preaching, and she was quiet. But I noticed Kelsey kept looking at me, and she kept looking over at Tiffany for some reason. Whenever she looked at Tiffany, she looked like this. So that was okay. When the sermon was over, we was about to dismiss. Like, he was waiting for the offering. Like the offering plate went around, everything. Um, Kelsey looked up at me after she looked at Tiff one more time. Is she your girlfriend? Like what? I was like, no, that's my cousin. Oh, okay. I told I told my grand and when I when we got home from church, I was telling my grand, we was talking to my grandpapa, and I told Granny whatever. I was like, Granny Kelsey just asked me if Tiff was my girlfriend. Uh, Granny said, Gabe, Gabe, you know what you should have said back? You should have said, well, what's it to you? What's it to you then? Oh my goodness, Kelsey was a mess. Mm. But yeah, so that moment right there would actually be in a scene of my fourth book for the Yumeko Novel Series. But it would be Taikari that would ask this. She looked seeing Naomi with Hiko like, is she's your girlfriend? And before they can explain, she instantly goes singing. Hiko and Naomi sitting in a tree. Kissing, and because she's singing it so loud too, my Hiko's mom, Yolanda, she's like, Hikari, come here for a second. Okay, Aunt Yolanda. And so yeah, then he comes back and then they go into talking about Brownie. Um, as for what is said about that, there is a brief conversation between Hiko and Naomi while Taikari's out of talking with Aunt Yolanda. I have to work on exactly what they would say about what Takari was singing earlier, as far as determining their relationship at the moments, and it's just the beginning, and it's still getting to know one another. Sort of like what Samuel pointed out with Flora, like we're just getting to know each other now. So, um, and that's actually pretty mature for kids that age. There, be aware of like, yeah, we let's be friends first and see how this goes. Yeah, I mean, actually a pretty mature uh pretty mature for especially kids of that age there. And trust me, um, I remember when I was taking, I think it was the Star Striker books. When I was trying to get my books in like school libraries and stuff. I went to the school board over for the Bolger libraries, and they looked at my book. And it was like, oh, he's pretty good. And they saw the thing with Star Striker and Angela, and was Samuel was imagining himself in a wedding and stuff. Oh, he was fantasizing about Angela, and it was like, okay, what's this? And it was a little questionable. They was kind of concerned there. So, and I explained to them, when I was actually even younger than Samuel was, I actually had, I actually, this is actually how I sort of thought at times when I had a crush on a girl. Then, sort of, I fantasized a lot, just like that there, even as a little kid. So, yeah, and that's just kind of how I was, sort of the odd one amongst other kids like that. It's like, oh, okay, okay. So yeah, that was that, and oh yeah, also, oh yeah, and at the same time, like as they telling Tikari about Brownie's story, there will be an unfolding of another story to come right after that involving Star Striker. Uh, so yeah, there's gonna be that, and there will. And as far as what would happen with Tikari's character as the series goes on, there would be kind of some banter between her and Hiko, sort of like Arthur and DW, kind of when they get together at first. Sort of, yeah, and pretty much like me and Tiffany growing up there. Um, and there, yeah, so be stuff like that, and them having to sort of over time kind of start getting along with one another. Things like, excuse me, that had a really good dinner, by the way. Yeah. So yeah, there's gonna be quite a bit of that there going fall into the story involving Tikari, and like I said, yes, like I say, a lot of what I mentioned earlier with me and Tiffany is going into that with Hiko and Tikari. Yes. So that would be pretty much it there. Like I said, just kind of wanted to share that there. Like I said, notice I know usually I try both me and EJ we try to go for that 2 hour mark, but sometimes yeah it all depends on the subject matter. Yes, but yeah I'm probably gonna but that's all I pretty much got there about this particular topic there. Um, I will before I do wrap it up. Few things to share about what's going on. Um, I've made a lot of videos there. I got a lot of most. I got the okay. I know they got the first Yu-Gi-Oh manga. It's already now that's already up. It's been up for a while. Um, but I just uploaded the my reading of the second Yu-Gi-Oh manga. I gotta get it on Patreon there. Yeah, and then along with last week's Bible reading, yeah, I gotta put that up first. Then the Yu-Gi-Oh manga. Then like I say, so the Yu-Gi-Oh manga readings they're gonna be up for early reading. Um, it's duels 2 through 5 as they call them. So I've read like 4 of them. So that's 4 different videos that's going to be coming up. Um, let's see. Let me. Matter of fact, I got thumbnails of them there. Wish I had that holographic screen there like they do in the MCU movies there. Right here, right. So yeah, that's the thumbnail for the one I got up there. And it's gonna be on It's gonna be on Patreon first for early viewing, and it'll be a while before it comes to YouTube. Um, and along with the others I'm gonna upload, and another one that's the early viewing. Early viewings. What if the Power Rangers fought Mr. Peanut? Yep. I actually have that. So that's another video I got to upload there to YouTube. Yeah, just imagine, Rita Repulsa sent Mr. Peanut down to attack the Power Rangers. Yeah, kind of. It is and then another video I did. This one is not now. This one is not going to come to YouTube. But I'm showing you the thumbnail. Flora and the Striker verse, because that's something that is that's not like it's coming up in like the next book or two, but it's something in development that I want to build up. One of the storylines I want to build up to. So that's going to be sort of an early explanation of some of the things I have planned for it and about like the different Star Striker characters, Flora's involvement with it, as well as the main universe Star Striker, and past Star Strikers from previous writings there. Even got some females. Got a couple of female Star Strikers there. Yeah. So yeah, that one. So it's because it's gonna be a while before I uh, get there. Because like I said, I don't. There's probably like quite a few books before I get to that point. That's why it's gonna be a Patreon only video. That way, those of y'all that support me on Patreon, like get on the Patreon, make a monthly pledge. Lowest is $1 a month. So yeah, you make a monthly pledge, even for $1. You'll be able to get access to see this when it comes up. You'll be able to get access to this video and be able to, have a early look at one of the future story buildups in Yumeko Novel Series. A little early there, but only for Patreon pledges now. So that's gonna be up there, and like I said, other Yu-Gi-Oh manga readings. It's probably gonna be quite a few of them off and on there. And I don't have a thumbnail for this yet, but I did. There's another video that's going to be also early release that I did with Christina. She before I came to do the live stream today when I got home from work, she we did a video of her reading the rough draft of what would have been Bubbling at issue 6 in the comic series, but didn't get published due to Photoshop problems. So, but she had the rough draft ready, so she's gonna be reading that along with a little something extra. But like I say, when the video comes up, you'll find out what it is. Yeah, like I say, you sign up for that Patreon, you'll be able to see it early before it gets to YouTube and everything, and be able to hear all about that from the Queen herself there. And let me tell you, when she was reading through that rough drafts, there were some parts. I'm not gonna spoil what it was in there, but there were some parts in that story that kind of like, oh my gosh, yeah, it got kind of dark there. Yeah, like I say, not in a well, okay, maybe. Well, you'll find out when you see the video early, but make sure you sign up on Patreon for early viewing though. Yeah. Yep. And then, like I say, so that's what's gonna be coming up with my videos. As for the next two live streams, tomorrow and Thursday, Wednesday, of course, as always, it's Bible reading. And the Bible reading for tomorrow, Genesis chapters 29 through 36. Take a good look in the middle. That's supposed to be Jacob. And right over, oops, sorry. Okay, well, I can use this picture too. Right over here, that's supposed to be Rachel and Leah. And if you remember, Jacob wanted to marry Rachel, but his uncle Laban tricked him into marrying Leah. And he still got to marry Rachel, but he had to also stay married to Leah. And then so now he's married to two wives. And you can tell by the look on his face, he's in quite a dilemma. Just made that. Yeah, yeah, Jacob. I don't think I want to be in that position there. I might, ain't no telling. I might be looking. I might have a. I might be holding up a sign saying "help" if I ended up with two wives there. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll see you later there, Kay. We're about to sign off in a minute there, but appreciate you coming. Hope to see you in the Bible reading tomorrow there. Yeah. Yep. Appreciate you and Tiffany for coming there. Yep. So, all right, and and then of course Thursday night stream will be this right here. The Power Rangers Cyber Squad and Matrix Sentai Digilegend. So you'll be talking about two different things. It'll be the conclusion of my Power Ranger fan series, and one that's combined with Digimon. So, and yep, and so yeah, so that's what's going to be coming up in the other two streams. And like I say, we're gonna go and cut. We close to an hour and a half, but we're gonna go on and cut it here for tonight. There, like I say, hope y'all guys enjoyed that. Like I said, make sure those of y'all also looking on the replay, be sure to definitely like, share, and subscribe. Get our available books like the Yumeko books, and also definitely support us on that Patreon, just like EJ the Supreme, Big Sis Casey, and Iceman Universe, so you can get early access to all those videos I mentioned, and access to Patreon only features. Oh yeah, Patreon only. So sign up now so you can get all that access along with other perks depending on your teeter. You can do $1. Yeah, the lowest you can do is $1 a month. But if you decide you want to do more, make sure you check that titers list so you can see what all you want to get out of supporting this channel. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. And also show some support to Iceman Universe. Yeah, so you can see full length reactions of Hey Arnold, Ed and Eddie, Naruto, and One Piece, and a few movies like Harry Potter. Also, be sure to support each of us in the Miracle Crew. Each of what we got going on. All our channel links are in the description box. Got Big Sis Casey again, Queen Tina, and the one EJS, EJ the Supreme. So, yep, all the links to their channels are in the description box, and also be sure you definitely hang out with us in Discord and Facebook, just like here in the live streams, and also let's tell each other some stuff on that Tikari app. And with all that said, that's all for the night, folks. It's like, I mentioned before I had a big dinner, so I guess you could probably can figure out where I might be going. So, thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Tiffany. Yep. And we appreciate that, Tiffany. Thank you for coming there for that special topic too. And And then we will see y'all. Hopefully, we can see y'all Wednesday. Bible reading live stream. So until then, take care, everybody.